If you only think like a speaker, you'll always hustle for gigs. When you think like a business, gigs, well, they come to you. It's a big thing you got to pay attention to. Most, I don't know why they don't think of it like that. You're in business, right? Speaking business is in fact a business. And many speakers work hard, but they stay stuck financially. They have no idea how to get out of that realm of doing this thing just for fun, but also making it a reliable business. So what's great is when you do this, you get the best of both worlds. You get to make phenomenal impact of great service in a world, but you also make an income that supports your lifestyle and your dreams and future goals. The reason that this happens, it is an effort. It's identity. It's not based on like the thing you know and the information or just working real hard. You can work hard into oblivion, but if you don't work hard in the direction that's required and do it consistently, you do not get the goal. You don't get to have the business of a seven-figure business owner or a seven-figure speaker without functioning like a seven-figure speaker at your core. Speaking skills, man, they get applause, right? But business thinking, it creates income. So a lot of folks focus primarily on just the skill set. How do I get great on being on stage and do my thing? And right, but how do you get great at getting onto that stage? Like being great on stage is one thing. I get that. But if you aren't consistently in conversations because of your business to be on stage, well, then you're going to fall short. So in this video, I'll show you the shift that people need to make to separate hobby speakers from scalable professionals. Like if you're going to be a person that's just doing a hobby, great. But if you want to be in a position where you have a scalable business and a pro, like a true pro at this, you must have some things in place. So the first thing is, I think about 5 we'll cover. Speakers, they chase stages. Businesses build pipelines. See, if you're just a speaker, well, you own a job. You're out there chasing a stage, hoping to get that gig, hoping somebody reaches out. Hope isn't a strategy. It doesn't perform very well. Nobody gets a lot of outcome from that. So the idea is like you want to be in a position where you are actually generating business demand, right? You have to be out there doing things that let people know you do this, what you actually do, obviously, and that you're the right fit for any stage or for their stage if they need this or this or this, whatever you do, right? So you have to create a lot of things, outreach, content, and follow-up. These are non-negotiables. Like for us, we have a whole system where we do outreach 2,000 per month, that if you aren't doing at least that, the odds of you of getting booked are slim. Like it's not that it's even that hard. It's just that it's complex. Not even to a full complex piece, but the setup is. But once we get moving, like it's actually fairly simple. It's just not easy. Like the simplicity of what you do is actually there, but most folks won't do that work. It's uncomfortable, or it's boring, or it's just not fun. Right? Business should actually be boring to make it fun. You should do things that are not the funnest things in the world that need to be done so the needle moves. When the needle moves, you get moments that are phenomenal. You are elated at how great it was, but you have to have done that actual boring, gritty, what I call dark work. That's why it's on my shirt, to get yourself in that position. So you have to do outreach, non-negotiable. You must create content around what you do so they can go and binge watch you if they have interest in booking you, non-negotiable. You must follow up again and again until someone finally talks to you or says yes to you, non-negotiable. Predictability beats hope every single time, and you do not get predictability without consistency. If you are consistent, you can predict the outcome because you've been doing something for a long time and you know what it's produced so far, as opposed to hoping that all of a sudden it's going to pan out properly. It doesn't work that way. So you must pay attention to doing things reliably and consistently. Point number 2. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video right now. Now, I want to let you know that I developed a speaker quiz that reveals what your speaker type is, the strength of your type, and more importantly, how to capitalize on that type to build an impactful and income-producing speaking business. To get this quiz and take it and get the information you need, simply hit the link you see below in the description, or you can wait till the end of the video to head over and check it out. All right, that's it. Let's get back to it. Businesses design offers, not just talks. There's a vast difference here. I can easily make a talk about anything. I can talk about my shoes. I can talk about my clothes. I can talk about my backyard. Like, I can talk about things and make a cool story, right? It's not an offer, though. It's just a talk. An offer solves a problem. An offer is something that opens doors. Like it helps things move to a whole new level. See, essentially, like a talk, if you have a talk idea, it'll open a door for you to get you a foot in the door, right? But an offer that's going to be structured, that solves a problem, that closes deals. People see an offer and go, I want that. That's amazing. I need that. Our company needs that. And that's the difference. So when you actually have more going on, you can do so many more things to solve their problems. So just beyond speaking, you could do workshops, consulting, retainers, all these things. They extend the value you bring to that company well beyond the stage. See, every keynote, it should point somewhere. I say it should be an interview. You're having a paid interview when you're on a stage. It should point to the next thing you do. On stage, you can only talk so deep about a process or a need or how to do something. You can't go into a full workshop process on a stage for a keynote setting, but in a workshop, when it's pen, paper, workbooks, time, energy, conversations, well, now we can get a very, very different outcome, which is what they actually want. Not to say the keynote isn't as valuable, because it's very valuable, but the workshops deliver actual tangible outcomes in real time because they're working on this thing you talked about on stage. So make sure you have an offer, not just a talk. It should go, I have a speech. We also do consulting. We also do workshops. We do coaching. We do so many different things behind the scenes that encapsulate the entire ability for you to solve their problem. Number 3, metrics matter more than feelings. There's this idea that says F your feelings, right? Now, it's not that it's a thing where, it's bad. Like, you should have feelings, obviously, but if you're making decisions based on how you feel, you're going to die. Your business will die. It's got to be based on metrics, because you have now objective data to make it a choice that moves the needle somewhere. And also, when looking at data, if I'm looking at trying to get the data to make sure I'm gauging something, if I want to see how well did I do, will I have a business that grows? I can't go, yeah, I did well. I feel like people are going to want to reach out to me. No. You need to track your leads, track your conversions, track your referrals, track the conversations, track how many people joined. Like, all these things need to be tracked, because here's what happens. You will have objective data that shows you where you have constraints, where you have bottlenecks, where you can improve your business. And if you improve the business in the areas the numbers tell you to, your business will improve holistically. Wherever you find, think about flow from a hose. A hose has water coming one end and go out the other end. And realistically, if you have a kink in the hose, everything stagnates and stops. But if you know how to unkink that area, we flow again. That's how it should be in your business. And metrics and data show that, not just feelings. See, businesses, they can improve what they measure. I had a friend one time say, if you can't track it, you can't crack it. If you can't track it, if you don't track it at all, you can't crack the code. You can't figure out how to improve it. I got to know what is going on so I can see how to improve it. So emotional-based decisions, they stall growth, because you're basing the whole change of something on how you feel. But maybe the marketplace did not care you changed that. Or maybe what you changed, the marketplace loved, and you diminished your product and your value without even knowing about it. Base decisions off of metrics, not off of feelings. Idea and point number 4 is that systems, they should replace hustle. The grind to get up and move, do everything all day. You're pretty much hoping you remember something, and every day you remember to do it. You get it done because you think about it, or you feel like doing that. It can't just be hustle all day. It's got to be an intentionality. And so what you have to have is templates, CRMs, follow-up sequences, automations, different things that are systematically happening so that you have reliability long-term. If you're just hustling all day, well, what if one day you don't want to hustle? What if one day the energy depletes and you don't have the energy to do it? Well, you don't get it done. You don't get it done, the business stalls. The idea is that systems, they reduce burnout and they actually increase consistency, because now you're not a person who just has some idea. You're in a position where now you actually have this outcome that I can benefit from. And now I'm not having to burn my midnight oil and stress out. No, I do this thing in this way. So I'm giving very intentional energy, because if I hustle, I may give 2 hours to something that if I just was to consistently do it, it could have took 15 minutes a day for 3 days. Because I'm pointed at this thing. I'm precise with it. I'm sharp. I'm effective. I'm efficient. So I get more done in less time because it's systematic. It's not hustle and guesswork. Cool. The last idea, which is kind of a simple one, but identity shifts equal business growth. I believe, which I think hopefully you do as well, you cannot grow anything more than you grow yourself. You definitely cannot grow a business more than you've grown yourself. In fact, my language usually is, you cannot attain or sustain a goal above your current identity. Who you are. You have natural paradigms, perspectives, actions, decision-making stuff you do, execution tactics. That's all tied to your core humanity. There's things that you'll do that I won't do, and vice versa. But if you want to have something at a level that requires you to function a certain way, you don't get that thing unless you function that way, period. You don't do business, you become a business owner in this process, and that's a characteristic trait. It's an identity. You don't just do the thing, I am a business owner, right? There's an identity that adheres to that. When that's your identity, the things that are required to run it, they become second nature to you. This identity shift, I call it, it removes self-sabotage. It makes you move smoother. CEOs, they don't negotiate with their goals. They don't go, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. They go, I got to do that. I'm doing that. They do that. Why? Because I'm the kind of person that does that thing. When you can learn how this dance works, you're going to find your life change faster than you ever knew, because you're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are at a beautiful core level, which, by the way, you've already done at some point, but now you're doing it with intentionality. Makes it a game changer for you. So when you stop thinking like a speaker and you start training like a business, everything changes. Your life changes, your impact changes, your income changes, your world changes. And that's what I want for you. If you want help installing systems that scale your speaking business and in turn your income, head to speaktofreedom.com. I'll show you exactly how we do it. Speaktofreedom.com. If not, I'll see you in the next video.